Uh, Shoot, you just get to start from scratch one more time. I mean, we're going to start from scratch every year. We're able to do it now, so we'll have, 15 practices goes fast. So there's a lot coming at them every day is a new day because every day is new plays and then new defenses and all that. So it's just more time, which is good. It's more about them going out there and playing more than anything. So many meetings you can have, but at some point you got to go out there and do it. So it enables them to do it. At least we can coach off the tape. We get it in our archives, and they can see where they improved and what they need to do to get better or keep playing better or whatever it may be. So it's just more reps, and anytime you get more reps, it should be a good thing. Yeah, I mean he's a tough kid, he's a smart kid. He's got things to work on just like everybody else. You're running a race, you're at the line, you're running against yourself. You're not worried about who's next to you. So I think that's what he's doing. He's running his own race right now and knows what he needs to do to get better and improve. And you're only as good as your next play, and he knows that, and he's got to continue to keep getting better because those other guys will. They have the same mindset. They'll push each other, and I just think that's who he is. So he's got that naturally. He's not worried about it. He's worried about himself. So, that's just his mindset, which he's good at that. He's done pretty good. It's like learn new language. If I had to learn Spanish in 3 days, I probably wouldn't do. I wouldn't be bilingual. But so he's learned a whole new language. It is football, so he can. Throw it when he needs to. He sees a guy open here or there, whatever it may be. But he's got to, like we tell the guys, hear the call, know the call, do your job. So first he's got to hear it or see it and say the call. It's one thing to say it, and then another thing to know it, and another thing to do it. So, he's been able to, pretty quickly, he's done a good job initially of being able to spit out the calls, and sometimes knowing it, and then he's actually got to do it. All things considered, he's been pretty good here for 3 days, just getting out there. I think everybody's fighting every time. Like I said, you're only as good as your next play. So guys behind us, and you've never arrived. Second you think you've arrived is the second you're going to get lapped. So you got to keep pushing at every spot. I don't care who it is, and that's what the deal is right now. Everyone's got to worry about themselves and not worry about who they're going against. And, over time, we'll see who pushes who. That's probably going to take a while to get that done. But right now, everyone's those new guys are just learning stuff. So it's a little bit harder on them. But, as far as any position, everybody's got to fight each and every day to prove that they're the guy. I mean, he's learning too. He's learning new language. He's got experience. He's made plays in college football before, which is nice. And I think that he's doing a lot of thinking. It's like anything else. If he's got to hear the call, know the call, do his job. I think once he gets that down, then he'll be fine. I think he's probably bigger than I thought, taller. He can run pretty well. He catches the ball well. And right now it's just about him learning the system. So I'm excited about where he could possibly go here in the next few months. That's a great question. We got so many guys playing. We're going 2 groups, which is unbelievable because the guys are getting reps. So right now, to me, especially during the week, I mean, today we're putting in all new plays. We got 35 minutes. I'm up here like an auctioneer. Get it? Let's go do it. And then the defense has got all new fronts and coverages and blitzes and all that. So it's like right now it's all about, getting stuff in. The more times you hear something, the more times it'll sink in eventually. So it's more about learning right now and refining your techniques and fundamentals. And, I think eventually we're going to have to get to that point where we want to get cohesiveness. But, in 15 practices, they're going to have however many months of not playing again. So, right now it's just about, learning, pushing the envelope, trying to get as much in as we can, see what we can handle, test them, see if they can focus on what they got to do for that day. Manage frustration if it doesn't go as well. Like there's a lot of mental aspects of it, as far as how they got to learn to, get their minds right and fight through some things and be able to handle a lot on them. So it's more about, to me, trying to get as much as you can in and pushing them and teaching off the tape and that. And obviously you want some cohesiveness and consistency, and that's where you're going to, you learn to get better every day. You improve every day. Eventually that'll lead to consistency and cohesiveness if everybody can stay on that track. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I forget how it happened, but we talked about it. I know that was his idea initially. I know Huff was big on it too. I've done it like that way before, and we happen to have enough guys, so it's worked out. And we're getting double the reps, and guys are getting, 16 reps instead of 4 or 8, wherever it may be. So for everybody to split the fields and do that, I mean, I think that's invaluable, because you got to play. You got to play. It's one thing to watch someone else do it, and you got to learn from that. You got to have the, the mental capacity to learn from other people's mistakes and things doing it the right way. But at the same time, when it's you in there, and actually doing it, I think that helps. So. He's played a lot of ball. He's smart. When I talked to him, yeah, that kind of happened. All of a sudden we were down to like one guy. I was like, whoa, okay. So we hit it, and I started watching a bunch of guys, and the fact that he had some experience, and I knew a couple people that knew him and knew his character and what kind of kid he was, and I liked what I saw on tape, and then when I watched and I went through with him, some of the stuff that we do, and he was able to kind of grasp that and done similar concepts, and I could tell he's been around, and he should have been able to step in and kind of learn this thing quicker than maybe a true freshman off the street or a 1-year guy off the street. So, I thought he played a lot. I thought he was smart. Heard good things about him, and that was kind of how it morphed into that. I mean, it was good. It felt like a spring practice kind of, It was 4 scrimmages, nobody in the stands. But I thought we did some good things. When you look back on it, though, the one thing, I thought the guys did a good job of being able to, understand the plays and run the plays to be successful enough. But now there's a lot of fine tuning that can be done from last year, like, exact, alignments and where we got to be outside, splits inside, landmarks. I think it enabled us to kind of get a little snapshot of us doing it against somebody else. And now, to me, it's about perfecting the details of it to take the next step. If we can do that, I mean, it was a shortened season, but at least we got something on tape that we were able to see and show, and now be like, all right, now this was good. It was a good play, but you really should be here. This is really what you should be doing, or you could do this a little bit better. And that hopefully is what we get across here in the next few months, and kind of take it another step further. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of guys in there. Still trying to figure out numbers a little bit too. Who's that again? No, yeah, I think we got a lot of solid guys in there. I think Cam obviously he's got a year in the system, so he knows it. Even better, hopefully, than he did last year. And he's got some ability, and I think he's made some plays, in the fall. And, first couple of days he made some things, and I really like him as a kid. And he doesn't say much. He just comes to work every day. So I think that he's definitely hasn't hit his ceiling yet. So if he keeps on coming to work every day, we'll get that eventual improvement for him. And I think, we can count on him to make a lot of plays for us. Let's go. Good to see everybody.